John Cena's last match can't come soon enough.
John Cena used 5 moves of doom to make $5 million.
You're a wrestling fan. I'm a wrestling fan. John's the GOAT.
Your generation throws gold around so much.
Because you can't see him clearly.
People kick out of the A off the top rope. How is that possible?
Do you believe in ruining Christmas for kids?
He is one of those guys that I would have loved for my kid to see as a role model.
My first claim is John Cena is not the GOAT.
I know that.
Well, man. Yeah. Jay Bougie, I got you for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime, yeah.
John Cena's not the GOAT. Now, how dare you speak such blasphemy? See, we want to kick it back to 1999, right? Because most people just want to talk about OVW. You see, UPW, John Cena was the prototype, as we all know.
Oh, I know.
Right?
I watched the instructional
prototype.
videos, yeah.
We know the prototype, but you see, that wasn't good enough for him. They said, nah, you're so good that we're going to give you your real name, John Cena, back. Do you understand that? That the gimmick just wasn't him. It was he did that there for himself. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? So now you over here, you dress up as Macho Man and everything. So do you think you're a prototype?
Well, I don't think John Cena should be even in this conversation because your generation throws gold around so much, man. So much. You're going to put him in line with Savage, Hogan,
Yes.
Flair,
Yes.
Jericho, Foley, Michaels,
Yes.
Bret Hart?
Yes.
I don't think so. He doesn't even try. He comes to the ring wearing jean shorts and a t-shirt. These guys have pageantry. They got the music. They got gold. They got the amazing costumes. And what's John Cena got? He does this.
Because you can't see him clearly. First of all,
I can't see a lot right now, buddy.
But hold on.
All right,
Let's talk about this, right? So he's not the GOAT, but first of all, you lost me at Mick Foley. That's one. But you're talking about things where you're saying that, like, he's not a Hogan, he's not a Bray, he's not any other stuff. Look at what John Cena did when he came in. He's the only guy that can be a prototype, be a bot, so to say, then to go on to being a self-proclaimed doctor of thugonomics.
That's right.
Come on, let's talk about that. He's so untouchable, but you force him to feel you. Do you understand what that means there? So you go from being a doctor, and you go from being the face. Now, we all know the 2010s were a little rough. A little rough.
Yeah, I missed a lot of that.
It was a little rough. You're lying. I know you watched it. Anyway.
I was in college.
Anyway.
It wasn't that cool.
He went from that, carrying WWE in one of the most hardest times that there is. And then from going on from there, he went on. I'm pretty sure you love CM Punk, don't you?
I do not.
There is. Yeah,
I'm just a hater, man. I'm the 90s. Yeah.
He goes on. Everyone loves a pipe bomb. Everyone loves these things. But without John Cena, none of that would be there. Because he's the guy that everyone hates. But without him, a lot of your favorites have no claims at all. He's the one that really been carrying this. So, yeah, you want to talk about the T-shirts, want to talk about the jorts and everything like that. But he can do that. Why does someone that you like, just because he wears all these fancy colors, all this extra stuff around his neck and whatnot, that lowers him? Nah, it's not that. Because when he steps in the ring, it's go time.
Look, he's got the energy. He's got the promo. I'm not gonna argue against that. But he's missing something. You know,
Like what? What? Glasses? A crown?
Yeah, actually, glasses, a costume. When he came back and he's like, oh, I'm a bad guy now. And we're like, cool. All right, shave your head, have a mohawk, do something different. No, boring. Same thing.
So wait.
I'm mad at the fans, so I'm gonna do the same thing.
Hold on.
Right.
So
reinvent yourself like Jericho, like Matt Cardona.
So are you telling me that you hated his heel turn?
Yeah, I did actually.
Well, good job, John Cena, for being a good heel.
What? He's only a good heel when it's by accident. When the crowd was booing him, and every week on Reddit, they're like, LOL, Cena wins, and he's burying careers. That's it, man. You make him a heel, no one's gonna boo. He's still selling tons of t-shirts in Germany to little kids. He's selling t-shirts on this entire tour, and he's a heel. Come on, man.
You just sound like a hater. You said Reddit.
I did, yeah. Square circle.
Anyway, everything that you just said, no one else is gonna do that. He can be a heel and still sell all these dollars and make all of this money. Your favorites could never do that, and you hated his heel turn, which made him even a greater heel. That's what he's one of the greatest of all time is, because he made you hate.
You didn't even ask me my favorites.
I mean, clearly.
Ooh, not this guy. He's got a job. Nerve of this guy.
Listen to me.
Yeah.
You talking about John Cena's not the greatest of all time?
Yeah, of course not.
This is coming from the guy that looks like a Timu Macho Man? Yeah. How dare you even sit here and try to say that John Cena's not the greatest of all time? Yeah, John Cena might have wore a t-shirt and jean shorts, but John Cena still made more money wearing a t-shirt and jean shorts than Macho Man ever made.
Name a top 10 match of all time that John Cena's in.
Oh, easy. The match that he had with Triple H at Saudi Arabia, they cried.
You just name dropped a Saudi Arabia match.
Listen to me. Because
No one cares about it. That's a house show.
Because you laugh doesn't make it mean that you're right. Being a semi-retired pro wrestler, I know that being the curtain jerker, the person that comes in and does the first match, you set the tone for the night. And John Cena set the tone for the whole entire night in the ring with Triple H. John Cena is the greatest of all time. You're sitting here with your Burger King crown on and have the audacity to say, put the thing back on your head, and have the audacity to say that John Cena's not the greatest of all time. Right now, what you should do is slap yourself and wake up because you're full of blasphemy. Because what you're saying... Because everything that you're saying right now is not true, and I could tell, right? Even though your face may be gray a little bit, you might want to try some Just for Men, right? But even though
I got the mascara one, but I only had the black one, so I left the brown one somewhere else.
Right. That's not the point. The point is that you know that there have been different wrestlers to carry generations. What generation has Macho Man ever carried?
The 80s and 90s.
Bullcrap. You followed Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan did not have the charisma Macho Man has. Hulk Hogan promos are not going viral right now for decades.
You need to apologize to all of us right now and tell everybody right now sorry.
Not gonna happen. Yeah, you're putting him in the same category as Hogan, Savage, Flair, Jericho. How many times did Cena reinvent himself? One time? That was it once?
Okay.
The second heel turn does not count.
Fine. I got something for him right now. You guys ready for this?
Okay.
What does Macho Man and John Cena have in common? They were both rappers.
Super fan favorites.
They were both rappers, but John
Macho
Cena...
Man's a better rapper.
No, John Cena was
a
one-time platinum rapper. Macho Man was not even close. John Cena is the only one-time platinum pro wrestling rapper. John Cena, he's a good rapper, he's a good wrestler, and he's a great giver. For what he does for Make-A-Wish Foundation, and you got the audacity, you have the testicular fortitude to sit here right now and say that, I'm not done, put your hand down. And you have the testicular fortitude to say that John Cena is not the greatest of all time, turn to the camera right now and tell everybody John Cena's the GOAT.
John Cena is not the greatest of all time. Yeah, he's not even in the conversation. For this fanboy, he is.
If he's not in the conversation, why are you even sitting here talking about him right now?
You're as biased as I am with Macho Man.
Wow, you're a fraud. Goodbye. I'll be back.
And by the way, it's not Timo, it's Etsy at the very least. Have some respect on my costumes.
You know why he's a GOAT? He's the one that transcended each generation after Ruthless Aggression. He's been a part of everybody. He's elevated many talents. He's what, 17? Let's run down the numbers real quick. 17, right? 5 U.S. titles. That's right. Created the U.S. title tournament, the Open Challenge. That's right. Elevated people like Kevin Owens.
Keep going.
Who else?
Sami
Rusev,
Zayn, no.
Neville,
Alex
Cesaro.
Riley, no. Okay.
Despite failing due to Big Show, he still won the Money in the Bank.
He was the first wrestler forced on our throats. Before Roman Reigns, we had John Cena.
Forcing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Forcing.
Yes.
Forcing. There was no forcing. There's a thing called connection, and he had a connection with the fans, young, old, the sponsorships. Man, it's a business. You got to think about that. John Cena is a business. Cena, you're the GOAT. Remember, I said that. At the end of the day, Macho Man was great. But we have John Cena has been great for what? 15 years? 20 years? OVW had some of the best talent that came out during the at the Ruthless Aggression
I watched the prototype videos back when I was back in wrestling. He had the instructional videos.
I knew about that.
Way back. Back in 98.
Wait a second. Didn't the man also have an extra in a movie called Ready to Rumble?
I saw that movie with a backyard wrestling concussion, all right? So my brain's a little foggy. True story, yeah.
But at the end of the day, you're going to sit here and claim that the doctor of Thugonomics, the man that never gives up, even though he's about to say farewell, because it's time to hang it up a little bit. We're going to still see him on the TVs. We're going to still see Peacemaker, right? We're going to still watch
Good show. I'll give you that.
Great show, right? But guess what? What did Macho Man do after?
A lot. Rap album. He did a lot of TV shows.
He tried to rap, but didn't go.
That aged very well. Aged very well. Yo, he did a ton of voice work, man. He was on a lot of TV shows.
Cena did the same.
Cena's not even the greatest actor wrestler of all time, man.
But guess who headlined or co-headlined so many WrestleManias in a good amount of time? 17. Remember the number 17, something that Macho Man never touched.
He got 6. But booking, you can blame that too.
Greatest of all time.
No way.
Every era has one. The only thing is John Cena was able to work with everybody from every era and show why he's the greatest of all time.
That's right.
Remember that one.
That's right.
All right, Macho?
My next claim is John Cena does not belong on the WWE Mount Rushmore. You only got 4 spots. Those 4 spots are elite. You want to add extra heads to it and do construction? Sure, all yours, but we need 4, and he's not making the cut.
I'm very big on this conversation.
Okay,
I
let's
have
hear
it
it.
all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
My top 4. You got Hulk Hogan, you got Ric Flair, you got The Rock, you got John Cena. The thing about these 4 guys, they transcended pro wrestling, all right? You ask a casual on the street who they are, they know who that is. You ask them who Randy Savage is, 50-50. They may not.
Look, if people act like that to me, I walk away. I don't talk to them. All right, you're not on my level if you don't know who Macho Man is. But okay, good Mount Rushmore, except the last one. I disagree with that.
Cena, here's the thing. He has the accolades, right? He has the stuff on top of wrestling.
Not the
the
Intercontinental
movies,
title.
the TV shows. That's irrelevant. When you have 17 world titles, when you break Ric Flair's record like that, you don't need the Intercontinental because he's not in the mid card, all right? He is the main event guy. And you could say he's shoved down people's throats, but it's because he makes money, and this is an industry where money rules supreme, all right? So look, it's entertainment, right? We know it's a work. We're not stupid here, right? In entertainment, you have the opportunity to push whichever guys you want. There's a reason Cena's always at the top, all right? You look at other sports, because I like to compare wrestling to sports. People don't like that all the time. You look at Tom Brady as the GOAT, right? You look at Michael Jordan as the GOAT.
Of course.
All right? These guys, you agree with that,
Michael
right?
Jordan, 100%.
They have the accolades, right? They didn't put other people over in their sports. I know it's more competitive. It's not entertainment. But here's the thing. Cena didn't have to because he was the guy. He was making the money. He was getting the viewership. And he was putting butts in seats.
He was. That's a good point.
You're flustered. You're flustered, man. Come on. Come on now. Come on. Hey, you can't
Don't you want to hear my Mount Rushmore?
All right, let's hear
All right,
it.
here we go. We got The Rock. Same as yours, right? We got Jericho. Now, Jericho, because the amount of times he's reinvented himself, new catchphrases, new finishing moves, new characters, new looks, new everything, right? This is a tough one. DDP. All right, the working man made his career at 35 years old, right? And you want to say transcends? He transcends, man. DDP Yoga has helped many careers of UFC fighters, of wrestlers, of athletes, and just regular people. And I've done it myself. It's an excellent thing. And then the 4th is usually a toss-up. But I go, obviously, with Macho Man. That's without saying. That's like above the chart. But then I go Rob Van Dam. Rob Van Dam is a pioneer of what he did. He transcended. He was on City Guys one time on Saturday morning. Yeah.
I respect all
Train,
that.
yes,
but WWE,
absolutely.
like we go back to this,
Yeah.
it's entertainment. The
Sure,
E is
sure.
for entertainment.
Right, someone's booking it.
Right.
Yes.
John Cena epitomizes that. You could put him in a comedy movie. You could put him in a drama movie. You could put him in the center of a wrestling ring. All right. You could put him in a gym.
Great entertainer,
This
yeah.
guy, he excels in everything he does. That's why I think he is the GOAT, because he is just quite simply the greatest at whatever situation he is put into.
Except the heel turn. That sucked. You could say it was his fault or not his fault, but I mean, he could push for that as him.
But you're letting 6 months characterize a 20+ year career of greatness.
Yeah.
No,
because you got to go to the bank.
Do you let Mike? You say Michael Jordan's the GOAT. Do you let
Oh,
Michael
yeah.
Jordan on the Wizard affect his GOAT status?
No.
Huh? Exactly.
No,
Just like
not
John
at all.
Cena's heel doesn't. I rest my
Hey,
case.
man, you gotta end it with a bang,
can't
and this
see
is
it.
not ending it with a bang. It's ending it with a whimper. Yeah.
Can we agree that Cyndi Lauper should be in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's start that off.
I can list people that shouldn't be there, but I'm not gonna get into that.
Right, no.
We
I
can
just
all
want to say
agree.
Cyndi Lauper should be in the Hall of Fame. We can agree on that.
Sure,
Start off
absolutely,
at the front.
yeah.
All right, great. Now let's getting into what you said about Mount Rushmore. Now, first off, I think the whole Mount Rushmore conversation gets a bit tricky because a lot of people, when you say Mount Rushmore, they're going to think, who's my top 4?
Yeah.
The 4 people on Mount Rushmore are not the 4 best presidents that ever lived. It's significant
Sure.
for different things.
Subjective.
Right, and the list you gave us, I don't know, I didn't get the feeling that that was your top 4. You had different reasons why they belong Mount
Right.
Rushmore.
Those are my personal favorites.
Right.
So, it's, yeah.
In terms of Cena, if we're talking about Mount Rushmore the way it should be, the way you described it, he has to be on there because for a particular generation, and a generation that went over 20 years, he was the guy. Whether or not his 6 months in this year, like 2025, can't be a determining factor. They already carved the statue. He was already there.
But would you put him above Stone Cold, above Flair, above Hogan on a Mount Rushmore? If I'm getting serious and I'm talking about those, they should be on there.
Well, with Mount Rushmore, it is subjective. It's different generations. Obviously, you're a big 80s guy.
90s mostly, but yeah.
But like in terms of the
sure,
Macho Man, the
Attitude
guys
Era, yeah.
you mentioned
Of course,
were 80s
yeah.
wrestlers. So obviously that frame. There's a lot of people who were born after Cena made his debut. So they come up into this world. You can't tell them Cena does not get one of those 4 spots because they watched him main event how many WrestleManias. They watched him reinvent himself at a time where people were ready for him to get out. 2013 is when he starts now he's roasting Roman, and without that fire that Roman had to go through, we don't get the tribal chief. So one of my teammates was talking earlier about how Cena helped elevate people, and I saw cringe a little bit.
Yeah.
It maybe not wasn't. Yeah, I you're not over Nexus yet. Neither am I a little bit. I get it.
I'm not over a lot, as you could say.
Hey, bro, Alex Riley, we miss you, my dude. That theme was
real.
top tier. I get
yeah.
it. But then Cena started he went and campaigned to get Zack Ryder some TV time with him. How it worked out, that's on booking. But
I didn't
Cena
know.
was the one trying to get
He
him
stole
in
his
there.
girlfriend, yeah.
Cena's the one gave Mike the Miz so many different advice, so Miz can have the career he's had no matter what booking decides to do with him, whether they might make him champ or make us forget he's still on the roster. It was Cena who helped these guys, who really helped evolve them. And I heard you mentioning about how Cena didn't have to switch up his character. I love evolution. CM Punk switching up Jericho.
Sure.
Jericho's one of my goats for sure.
Oh, hell yeah.
And I love the different eras of Jericho. However, when that happens is usually when the response starts to come down. The fans aren't reacting the way they used to. That didn't happen with Cena. Cena didn't need to do anything but switch the color of his shirt. He didn't need to put on the tights.
But it's predictable. You know he's going to come out with either a pink, yellow, blue, or green shirt. He's going to do this. He's going to do the same 5 moves, man. He's going to telegraph every move he's doing in the ring. You guys want to compare Savage to Cena? Savage memorized every spot. A lot of people don't do that anymore, but it sells it to the fans. The fans don't see a guy being like, okay, and next we're going to do a headlock, and then we're doing a scoop slam. They sold it to the crowd.
I get what you're saying.
Sure.
However, what you're describing in terms of a negative way, for your average wrestler to do that, the reaction would be bad. You'd be able to tell I'm not watching something that's hitting. That didn't happen with Cena. Cena did what he had to do. Cena did his thing, and the crowds reacted every single time. If all of a sudden Cena wasn't getting those reactions, it would have changed. We would have gotten that evolution, but there was no reason for it.
There's been a lot of wrestlers who have changed their entrance theme after they had a big heel turn or a major change. They changed their look. This is maybe it's an exception.
You're talking about the heel turn again. In 2025, if he did that, he wouldn't have been a heel. We wouldn't have booed him.
I think it's a little disingenuous to say that John Cena would not belong on the Mount Rushmore. Take subjective out of it.
Okay.
John Cena, for better or for worse, for the past 20 plus years has been at the top. Most Make-A-Wish Foundation, most up in the camera. Even if you're like, well, he's not that good of an actor, he's still visible. The most visible since The Rock. Whether or not you think he was a good wrestler, again, I'm not over the Nexus either, but he was always there. The weekly challenges for the U.S. title.
That was cool.
Really,
that was awesome.
It really helped people who
awesome.
wouldn't have got any TV time, period.
Yeah.
So to say that John Cena hasn't earned his spot, even if he's not your favorite, he did what Stone Cold did. He did what The Rock did. He's done all of these things that would put him in the same criteria as your Ric Flairs, as these guys. And there's going to be someone after John Cena, too, like a Roman Reigns. You may not like them, but you cannot deny the impact that they've done for the wrestling industry. I'm a professional Miz hater. If this was the Miz show, I'd be in your seat.
Oh, I know. He snubbed me at SummerSlam. Yeah,
I'd be in your seat. But even then, I have to give credit to where the Miz, where credit is due. You're out there. You're present. You're front. Like the young man just said in the back, if he changed his theme now, we would still cheer him. Whether you like it or not, the heel turn was a flop. It should have happened then, but he wasn't the guy who was directing the heel turn, and maybe the heel turn wasn't that good in the first place. Maybe that wasn't going to happen. It shouldn't have happened.
Yeah, no, I agree.
He put in the work. I think he is a fantastic wrestler. Whether you think he has 5 moves of doom or 10 moves of doom, that's up to you. But he has put in the work. I await your rebuttal.
But we're talking about skill here, wrestling skill, and you're talking about entertainment, so that's great. He would definitely be on a Mount Rushmore of wrestler entertainers like The Rock and people that are in movies. Batista, but we're talking about skill alone. You know, his stuff is boring, man. The SDF, the 5 moves of doom. You know what he's gonna do before he even does it.
Hogan had 5 moves to do.
He did, and his
Rock
leg
had
drop
5
was
moves
as
to
bad
do.
as the AA.
I like all of those guys.
And his leg drop was as corny as the AA.
But so did Stone Cold, and I love Stone Cold. Stone Cold kind of had 5. Roman got 5, 6 moves of doom if you include the ooh-wah. That doesn't matter. I'm just saying it doesn't matter because it's sports entertainment. If we wanted to see a million Rob Van Dams, like you had mentioned, or Perry Saturns, or Dean Malenko's, or even Bryan Danielson's, you know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
We don't want to see a million grappling match. I love Bret Hart, but people said that Bret Hart was boring. So imagine having nothing but Bret Harts, nothing but Danielson's, nothing but Dean Malenko's. You'd be like, wow, we just headlocking over here.
Right, we all have different flavors of what we like. Now, let me ask you, who is your Mount Rushmore then?
My Mount Rushmore?
Yeah, what do you got? On the spot. Yeah.
All right, brother. We're going to do Stone Cold,
Okay, yeah,
obviously.
definitely.
The Rock,
Yes,
obviously.
obviously.
Hot take, China. We're going to do China. And honestly, now I'm also gonna do Becky Lynch, because Becky Lynch did something that no other woman was able to do, which was transcend to get cheered during men's matches. So I gotta give it to her in that
Let the record state that she did not list John Cena on her Mount Rushmore.
You asked me mine. You asked me mine.
So I'm gonna give a different vision on why he is on the Mount Rushmore, right? So we talk about sports entertainment, we talk about people transcend, we talk about all these things, right? Sure. John Cena at the time, for someone like me from Kingsbridge, from the Bronx, he did a lot of representation. There weren't a lot of wrestlers at the time or people in WWE that brought hip hop or brought like an urban style or urban flavor to WWE. I was like 7, 8 years old, and I'm seeing someone come out in a jersey, chain on, hat backwards. You know what I'm saying? Word life, yeah, you know? Yeah. I'm seeing someone that I feel like I could resonate with, someone that like I was confused on what they were. See, like Macho Man, he was a spray tan bandit. He wore a whole lot of spray tan.
Yeah, but I liked him because how unhinged and how crazy, and you never knew he was gonna say it. But yeah,
I get you. But for what I'm saying, I'm coming from a place that was a birthplace of hip hop.
Sure, yeah.
Hip hop started on Kingsbridge from Cedric. So to see John Cena come out there and give that representation to the point where it's like, I'm going to school, I got the album. And then, you know, the cover photo of the album, it looked like the belt. I'm wearing that in school. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm doing. So, like, there was no one at that time that made me feel like I could do this. See, we know each other.
We work in the same building.
Exactly. You know me, Jay Bougie. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing this for a couple years. So for John Cena to do that, it gave me the vision and to see, like, this is something I could do. Not a lot of people can give someone from a different type of community or different type of culture that type of inspiration to do something.
And I'm going to agree with you because as a wrestling cosplayer, I see a lot of people, and I see as many John Cena kids as many as Macho Man kids, maybe even more John Cena kids. So it does resonate with a lot of kids for sure.
Yeah, so that's my point on why he is on the Mount Rushmore, because like again, a lot of people wasn't hitting that. So now we see a lot more diversity. We see wrestlers look like everything and everyone now.
Right. Okay. My next claim is that John Cena has buried more careers than he's built.
Okay, so John Cena is a wrestling purist. John Cena understands that you need to leave the wrestling business better than when you found it. What John Cena is doing right now in the past couple months on his way out of retirement, he's doing great things for the business. John Cena buried who? John Cena's putting over guys that have no business even being in the ring with him, such as Logan Paul. John Cena is not burying anybody. He's all about making stars. Because if John Cena didn't beat anybody, he's really nobody. So John Cena's making sure that he has credible people standing in the ring with him, across from him, so that they can possibly headline WrestleMania. They could possibly put more money inside of his pocket. So I think that by you saying that John Cena buried people, I think that's that's untrue.
Now, no. Back then, yes. If you go back to 2014, 2015, everyone that had a streak or a big momentum, they would eventually feed to John Cena. Ryback, I think 2013. Fed to John Cena. Say what you about his skill and whatnot, right? He was a monster. Fed him to John Cena. The Nexus. Fed him to John Cena. Bray Wyatt, WrestleMania 30. Fed him to John Cena. Killed a lot of mystique for a while. He eventually, he had the Firefly Funhouse. That was awesome, right? And then you have Rusev. Rusev, undefeated, unstoppable, backstage segment. Cena's like, wait a minute, my family's from Bosnia. How dare you say it about my people? Whatever, like some weird angle. And he killed that momentum. That was it for Rusev for a while. So a lot of people had big streaks. Maybe that's not John Cena's fault particularly, but as the character and the booking, he has ended a lot of momentum and big win streaks.
So I respect what you're saying.
Sure.
And the thing that you have to understand, though, is that sometimes in pro wrestling, it's not about the wins or the losses. It's about how you come out on the other end. And it is your job as a pro wrestler. I'm telling you, as somebody that was in the ring, it's your job to utilize your TV time when they give it to you. So if you stand in the ring with somebody like John Cena and then you go on Monday Night Raw and you can't deliver, that's not on John Cena. That's on you.
Yeah. That's on you. You may not like it, but accept it, because I didn't hear a rebuttal for squashing Rusev, for almost kind of squashing Bray Wyatt. Was it the match where it wasn't the one where the little kid came through the cage and he did like a demon voice. It was WrestleMania 30, and that was the first WrestleMania I watched when I became a wrestling fan again in 2014. Bray Wyatt had a lot of momentum.
But just like I said, if you're in the ring with somebody like John Cena, they give you the opportunity to go out there and stand in the ring with someone like John Cena. If you get a Monday Night Raw and you can't deliver, that's not on John Cena. That's on you. Ryback, we ain't talking about Ryback. We don't mention that name. That's
all right, fine.
That's like mentioning Travis Scott, okay?
True.
Travis Scott should have been one that was buried. But,
I agree.
But my whole thing here is that throughout this whole entire thing that you're changing, and I feel that you are really not becoming a John Cena hater, but a John Cena fan. So have you been converted to a John Cena fan?
Not yet. Oh, character development. I owed you one.
All right, I'm going to try. I'm converting you before I leave.
I don't know about that. He's not in the elite top 4 on the Rushmore. You're not getting me there, but we'll see.
We'll see. I'll be back.
Nexus was designed to build one person and one person only, Wade Barrett. The fact that he buried Nexus, let's just go down the list. Sure. Michael Tarver, no fans, right? Okay. Skip Skidfield, right? No fans, right? Did we honestly think David Otunga was going to be him? Hey, come on, what are we doing? Right?
What about Husky Harris? He buried him.
So let's go forward,
Sure.
right? WrestleMania 30,
Okay.
right?
Yep,
The
yep, I
Firefly
saw that.
Funhouse that happened with The Fiend.
That
That
was,
doesn't happen if he don't get buried that night. And then you go to WrestleMania
later
31, Undertaker beat him.
30,
right?
30 he actually beat Bray Wyatt.
30 he beat-
Anticlimactic. And then Firefly Funhouse was what, like 36, 37? I don't know, man. We're getting old.
Bray got his
Anyway,
lick back.
Yeah,
but
sure,
all
he
that
did, he
that
did.
storyline doesn't happen if John don't beat Bray, right? And then you want to talk about the people he buried.
They're not really good at telling long-term storytelling, so I think that could happen either way.
That's why we got Bray. But
Okay,
now let's
okay,
go back
sure,
to
sure.
it, right? So now you go to people that he buried. Jack Swagger. They gave him the belt. Wasn't really
Swagger.
ready. Alex Riley. In 08, who was like somebody, Vladimir Kozlov? Come on, bro. Even his first U.S. title run. Rene Dupree and Suzuki. Like, that's who, he buried them? Like, we supposed to believe
Man.
that they was up next?
I'm glad I missed all that. I
And
don't think I'd
then,
argue
and
that.
then in 07, he lost
yeah.
to K-Fed. Kevin Federline.
That's true.
The man that has been burying people got back. Like, come on, dog.
Hogan would never do that.
And then you had a match. You had a match at Cyber Sunday when it was for the champions of champions. And John Cena could have won, but who they gave it to? Booker T, King Booker, the hottest heel at that time to build up. So now you're talking about all the people he buried. Some of them shouldn't even be on the stage in the first place. And then the
Damn,
people
not
that he
wrong.
helped,
Yeah.
they did great. We just saw Sami Zayn return the favor in the U.S. title. And then because of that, he built Ilya Dragunov, the Dragon, that I love. So now John Cena has helped more than he's done less.
All right, give me a quick list. Rapid fire. Whose career did he help besides Sami Zayn?
You got to do Cody.
No.
I would say you helped Cody. He helped Cody.
No. Cody was helped going off on his own. AEW, Ring of Honor, Indies.
But now, because
Just
of the
like
fact
Drew
that
McIntyre.
wait, let me cook, guys. Let me cook.
All right.
People were saying how they didn't like the babyface, right?
Right.
John Cena was the babyface for so long. He leaves. Roman is now the big dog, the bad guy, and now people was yearning for that Cena-S. He came back against Roman, and people was like, "Yo, we do miss this. We need a good guy. We need somebody." Cody was that white light that he ended up becoming, and then WrestleMania 40 is like the
That was- you can't
Infinity
top
War.
that. You can't top
You
that.
can't
Yeah,
top
you can't
that.
top it.
And
Yep,
Cena
yep.
involvement is like really big. And then you do with Bray Wyatt, his redemption, The Fiend. That was monumental. That storytelling. That was one of the best cinematic matches after they had one the night before with Undertaker and AJ Styles. AJ Styles came in, Mr. TNA, cooked. He was, 3-0 against Cena? Kevin Owens came in, helped them out. Like, come on, dog. Make me here.
I'm going to agree with you here. John Cena had, I'm going to say my favorite John Cena matches, if I had to pick them, Kevin Owens, AJ Styles, and one of the other ones you just
From
said.
the buzzer, you guys. From the
All
buzzer.
right, Firefly. Fine.
I'm gonna try and give you something different too.
Sure.
So like, I believe it was Cena's first U.S. title run, right? I think he beat Booker. It was like he beat Booker in like a best of 5 series.
Okay.
Right, he did that.
I took a 10-year break, so you're teaching.
All right, so yeah, it was around that time. I think maybe like less than a month later, he ends up losing to Carlito. Like that early in his
Lost to an
career.
apple.
Exactly. So that early in his career, he's already making someone come in as a star. Now the guy, you say he had an apple. We know Carlito for the apple. And he also had a bodyguard named Jesus who stabbed John Cena, but that's a different story. That's a different story. You know what I'm saying? But he did that so early on when he still established himself. He still is on the rise to becoming a star. And John Cena did that. We take that right there very, very early in his career. Then we're going to go back to the open challenges. He had Kevin Owens beat him on his first night, bro.
Yeah, I was saying,
on
that
his
was
debut.
amazing. Owens came out, stepped on the belt, got amazing heat while
Yes.
being NXT champion. That was awesome.
Yes, so not only did he elevate Kevin Owens, but he elevated NXT, the whole brand at that, because he let their champion come up to the main roster and beat him. I believe it was a clean win too, right?
It was clean, yeah.
Yes.
That was SummerSlam.
Yes, it was a clean win. So it's like to say that like he just buries people. I feel like that's a little, you know what I'm saying?
Can we agree he used to bury people?
But the argument for that again is like, did they deserve that moment? You see, I got trained by Johnny Rods, WWE Hall of Famer, right? Yeah. So he was the guy who was the man for Vince McMahon Sr.
Sure. He
loved
would
saying
test
senior.
everyone
Yes.
out. Yep. They would
He tested
wrestle
all of
Johnny
them.
to see if they were any good.
Yes.
He'd go to Vince. Yep.
So if you wasn't getting past Johnny, who people say is a glorified job, wherever the case may be, you're not getting to that next step.
Right.
Essentially, John Cena
true.
was in that same position where it's like, yo, listen, I carried this well. Jack Swagger was the heavyweight champion. What?
Damn.
What? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know
Around
what
those
you're
tough times, bro, the 2010s was tough. When SmackDown had the X and they lost the fist, it was terrible, bro. Wrestling was very bad,
Yeah, that's
bro.
when I took a break.
Exactly. So it's like, John Cena was there, bro. And if it's not John Cena, who you putting in that position?
Damn. I gotta say that Johnny Rod's analogy comparison is spot on. That's great. Because if you can get through Johnny, you can get to Vince.
Exactly.
You know?
So again, if you can't get through Cena during the toughest times where, you know, the merch is on fire, bro, he's selling. We got the kids coming in. Because this is the PG era now, too. We not swearing, we not cursing. There's no bra and panties, none of that other nonsense that was going on. We bringing families in here. So now we being more diverse to make sure them dollars is in. So if you're going to be the guy, you're going to beat my guy, I need to know that you're going to be the one that's here.
But we're only catering to families now. We're not catering to us 90s fans, us people that are wrestling purists. That's the thing. It's like Saturday Night Live. They're catering for people in the Midwest, every single age group. That's why the jokes aren't funny a lot of the time, because they're trying to hit too many focus groups.
Real quick, I'll make this quick, but I think the logic in your argument is flawed. I don't think wrestlers bury people. WWE buries people. Booking buries people. Did they use Cena as a weapon in some cases? Sure, but those people weren't going to make it anyway because someone backstage didn't see him that way.
But when someone has as much pull as John Cena backstage, how do you know he's not burying them? That's the thing. It's hard to know.
Right, no, I
don't work
I get
backstage,
that, but I think the pull has been exaggerated. We always hear the Edge and Jericho story about them trying to convince Cena that Nexus should have gone over.
Sure.
As if Cena's the one that wrote it. I think in reality they were trying to convince him to go into Vince's office and say, hey, boss, you're wrong. So did he make the decision to bury? I don't think so. Did he make the decision not to go fight other people's battles or fight certain battles that maybe he didn't think? Maybe Vince convinced him, hey, Cena, best thing for us is for you to win. You're our guy. You are the one that I'm riding to the top. And what he's didn't argue in favor of, hey, these 8 guys, 7 of which have only been in the business for about 12 months, if not a little more, they should, you know what I mean? Like, I agree.
I guess we'll never
Rusev
know.
should've won.
One more burial.
Okay.
I mean, they weren't the coolest faction, but it still counts. He buried the crap out of them. The League of Nations, yeah. He made them look so stupid and so bad after just like 3
WWE
weeks.
made them look stupid.
We don't know
by
that.
putting them together.
Yeah, but from a fan, kayfabe, it was John Cena made them look stupid.
But if
he
you
clowned
ask,
on them.
if you ask the wrestlers involved, they'll tell you
Sure.
WWE never should have done it, and they were stupid for even trying it.
And for my next claim, John Cena is better at branding than he is at wrestling. Yeah, who's coming to? I know you all agree. Yeah. Oh, Matt, awesome. Look at that.
So what is your definition that he's a terrible wrestler? Tell me this.
I didn't say terrible wrestler.
You said he's not a good wrestler.
Not a good wrestler. Boring. Okay.
Boring, right? Tell me why.
Sure. He
Give me
talks too
why.
loud in the ring. So, look, man, you got to have some sort of kayfabe.
Keep on.
Okay. He's same moves all the time. Now, there was a time when he was evolving and doing like the springboard stunner. He did a few things, the jumping Fame Master of a top
We're gonna
rope.
put a pin in that one right there. So keep going.
Okay. But besides that, man, I don't know. Especially now, watching a John Cena match, he doesn't have it anymore. He's rusty. He's boring. He moves slow.
How many moves did Macho Man really have to do in a match?
10, maybe. I mean, he had
needed, but
axe
okay.
handle, elbow drop, the running, armbar, yeah. The Moss family credenza. He had the running axe handle. He had the one where he would jump over the rope outside the ring and pull your head down. He
did that how many times
The heart
in
attack,
a
the
thing?
running one, the running
Okay.
clothesline where they both would fall.
So you got that, all right.
Yeah.
How many
Big
moves does
scoop
Bret
slam.
Hart have? And he's had monumental matches. How many moves?
He's got a lot. A lot
Sean.
of most days are technical.
Sean, how many moves? Like prime moves. I'm talking about prime moves.
Yeah, like
I'm not talking about
signatures.
headlocks or nothing. Yeah.
You can name like the elbow drop, sweet chin music.
Guess what? Every wrestler you're talking about, 5 moves. 5 moves. So John Cena can have his 5 moves of doom, but he's telling a story behind
named way
every
more than
single one
5
of
for
them.
Macho
No,
Man
no,
for the
no.
record.
But
Okay.
everybody has 5 moves of doom, meaning those are the moves that they always go to. And this is why, because less is more in this business. Right. You lose the attention span of the people if you're doing way too much.
Of course.
Right?
You gotta
we've,
sell. You
We've
gotta
been
take
we've
time.
been in these places.
Yeah,
we've seen these things.
You gotta sell. Yeah.
I've been a part of matches
yeah.
where they were like that.
I met you at
but
my first,
at the same
indie show that I
time,
was in.
there's a person in this room that I had a great little series with, and we had 5 big moments. Guess what? 5 big moves. Everything else was just a little bit of seasoning added to it. Guess why? Because we wanted to keep them invested. So John Cena, he's a great marketing person.
Sure, he's great with marketing.
He's even learned Mandarin to basically extend his olive branch to other sides of the world.
We're not
right?
going to get into that. Yeah.
But at the same time, he's learned other languages. You know what? I'm going to step away from wrestling for a second. You know what other athlete did that? Kobe Bryant. And he is a GOAT. He is the greatest of all time. In my book, he will always be that because guess what he did? Not only was he a great athlete, he connected with the people, just like Cena does. So Cena doesn't need like 10 moves. He doesn't need to be the guy sitting in the back. He's marketable because of what he can do. He can connect with the people. Acting-wise, you got him doing voices in cartoons, and people don't even realize it's him sometimes.
Oh, he's great at selling merch.
Doing them. People forgot that he was in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles' last animated film. He's the man. He's the GOAT. All you need is 5.
Half my teammates here, more than half of them are in John Cena shirts. So clearly,
Can you see us?
yes.
Nation, baby!
Yes. This man is on a 36-date farewell tour, which means he's giving us 36 different shirts to wear, which some of them are wearing here. He's clearly good at branding.
Amazing merch seller.
If you look at his matches over this last year, some of the best matches on the card. John Cena, AJ Styles.
Okay. I didn't see that one.
I hate to say it, but John Cena, Logan Paul was great. SummerSlam, Cody Rhodes.
You said that? You agree with that? Okay. What? The SummerSlam match was terrible, and I was there.
He's given us classic matches to remember him by. He's paying homage to some of the people he helped build over the years, some of the people you said that he buried. So I want to ask you what you think about his branding, or if he's a better wrestler.
His branding's amazing, man. Like I said, the guy can sell tons and tons of merch despite being a heel. You know, they went overseas, right? I saw him like Germany, right? Those little kids in the front row, everybody's wearing Cena merch. Even though he's like, screw the fans, I hate you guys now. But wrestling-wise, in the ring, I don't see him as the greatest, man.
This guy has exceeded expectations given to him before.
Outside the ring, yes. Mount Rushmore of wrestling entertainers that transcend, absolutely.
See, Andre gave it to Hogan. Hogan gave it to Rock, shared it with Stone Cold, whatever people want to say. But Cena did something different than everybody before him. Instead of just passing it to the next person, he climbed up the mountain and dangled it, waiting for someone to take it from him, which hasn't been done before.
If the wrestling was bad, his marketing would not have mattered because there are plenty of people who wrestle better than John Cena and nobody trying to see them. He's not the best wrestler, and that's okay too, but the marketing goes hand in hand. My favorite wrestling match with John Cena is when Brock Lesnar F5'd him for 16 minutes. And German suplexed him. Yep. Not everyone could have done that and taken it and make it look believable. I've seen Brock Lesnar ragdoll people for 3 seconds, and I'm like, whoa, stop.
Part of being a great wrestler is also selling, and there's times where John Cena took a beat down, and then like a minute later, he's like, hey guys, I'm good. And that happened for a long time.
But that happens now with Seth Rollins, bro. Like that happens now. That's just what they do. But to say that his marketing is better, I would say that it has to go hand in hand, because if his wrestling was absolute dog, it doesn't matter how many things he's like, I'm on Peacemaker, like, we don't care. Oh, I'm doing Make-A-Wish, we don't care. So if he couldn't go in the ring, even to the point of, I'm trying to think of someone who's not good, and I cannot think of anyone. So that's a good thing about wrestling. Yeah. Everyone's too good nowadays.
Anyone we don't like? Yeah.
And you know we don't like, but you know what I'm trying to say? Like, if his wrestling was that bad, it doesn't matter what he would do outside to market himself, because nobody's going to check for him. Again, I'm going back to The Miz as an example. I'm a Miz hater, but if Miz's wrestling was that bad, he wouldn't have his own reality show. He'd be at the very, very bottom of the card. He'd be Johnny the Jobber, curtain jerking in the back.
Nah, wrestling's got nothing to do with it, man. He's got personality. He cuts a promo. He knows how to work the mic. He's got a character. He knows how to carry himself in front of the fans. He knows how to connect. Wrestling's not all. Like for me, I used to be like, oh my God, this amazing match, all these moves. Nah, for me, it's got to be storyline, man. It's got to be story. It's got to tell a story. There's got to be something happening that I have to care about. Not like, oh, this guy just did a triple flip moonsault or something. No, there's got to be more to it than that. That's not getting people TV shows.
I think it's to each his own, because there are people who I think about, like the Young Bucks or Ricochet, where people call them spot monkeys, but that is very, very, very exciting for some people to watch. I am a fan of someone like a Danielson, but how many rest holds am I going to watch? How many technical wrestlers? I love Zack Sabre Jr., but how much of this am I going to watch in a match,
like if it's a 7-hour AEW show, I might fast forward past a lot of the Zack Sabre match, because I'm like, he's going to do this
it's a lot.
And this. Yeah,
but if we're going back to Cena again, if the wrestling that he did was subpar, mediocre, or even if we go back to the Nexus, below the lowest dude on the Nexus, it didn't matter how much charisma it had. It didn't, because I loved Boots Down Stokely Hathaway. He's great, but Stokely Hathaway ain't getting no brand deals. He's holeless right now. If anything, he's short and bald. There are other people who can wrestle more but have a wet paper charisma, so therefore they don't do anything. So the wrestling has to matter at some point, or else what are you selling? Garbage? Hot trash?
Right, you got to have both. And in this instance, Cena's got the personality, man. He's got the personality, he's got the
But
promo.
he's still a good wrestler. To say that he's not as good a wrestler as he is a marketer is a little bit of
He's
malarkey.
a way better rapper than he is a wrestler. But he's no Macho Man rapping, but you know, he's up there. Top 5, sure.
I've been watching WWE since Jesus was a child. And the thing that makes WWE...
Never took a break.
Never took a break. The thing that makes WWE so special is that it's about the stories. It's not, yeah, fine, they got the machine that can go ahead and build the brands. But John Cena, he still was able to be at the top of the pro wrestling business by only doing his 5 moves of doom. John Cena used 5 moves of doom to make $5 million. You can't deny that.
But
Hogan,
the moves don't matter. He could have no personality, and those moves wouldn't matter.
The moves doesn't matter, right? But his wrestling was still good because he was in the upper echelons with people like The Rock, right? How are you able to hang with somebody like The Rock when you really only have 5 moves? People only focus on the 5 moves that John Cena ever had.
Can cook anybody on the mic. You saw him battle rap people, man. He could own anybody on the mic. It's a difference between being a good wrestler and that. You have to have both. He definitely has that, and that elevates his wrestling skills a whole bunch because of the connection with the fans.
But if it wasn't for the wrestling, if it wasn't for the wrestling that John Cena did, even though John Cena might have had a few moves, right? We wouldn't be sitting here talking about John Cena today. You have to put some respect on John Cena's name and say that John Cena's the GOAT. Shake my hand and tell me that you've been converted.
I don't know if he's going to pull his hand. He owes me one now.
If you shake, that means he's converted.
Oh, wait a minute. We'll see what happens at the end.
John Cena's brand since day one has been hustle, loyalty, and respect, right?
Yep.
That is his wrestling, and that goes hand in hand with the branding. So his hustling, the Make-A-Wish, we all just spoke about that, everything that he's done.
Okay,
right? The loyalty, he's been loyal to WWE his whole career. And he's also loyal to putting on smiles for the fans, even outside the ring. This is his brand. So his brand and his wrestling are one and the same. It's not that the branding is better. They're both the same thing because from day one, he's talking about hustle, loyalty, and respect. And that's what he shows every time he's in the ring. He's going out right now.
Yeah.
And again, he's putting on fire matches with Logan Paul. He gave us prime John Cena with Cody Rhodes, bro. Like, I'm in my crib yelling like a little kid, bro. When he goes to the top, about to drop the AA again on him. Well, we call it the FU. That's what he's about to do. You know what I'm saying?
Weakest finisher, yes.
But, like, this is what I'm saying, where it's like the branding and the marketing are the same. So it's not that the branding is better than it's the same thing there because it's been hustle, loyalty, and respect since day one.
And for my next claim, John Cena's finishers are the weakest ever.
And Macho Man's dropping elbow was not the weakest one.
Now,
hold on, no.
Okay, I'm about to agree with you on something.
But wait, let me hear you out. So
Okay,
we got
fine.
the FU, the AA, right? We have the You Can't See Me 5-knuckle
Whose
shuffle.
attitude is that going to adjust? The
All
scoop
right,
slam off
but
his
it
shoulders.
doesn't matter.
Okay.
But it doesn't matter.
No
But
one.
here's the thing.
Okay.
You're calling those the weakest
Yes,
moves, but yet
absolutely.
we have wrestlers that had Hogan had the leg drop.
Oh, yeah, it sucked.
Terrible. Okay. Macho Man just had
Whoa,
the
whoa,
elbow.
wait a minute, wait a minute.
Macho Man just had the elbow.
Yeah, he had to hit it 5 times.
We
I know.
are moving
He had to hit it
forward.
5 times sometimes. Yes.
Right.
I'm aware of that.
You don't
He
have
did
to
beat
hit it
4
5
guys
times.
in one night, though.
You don't have to
with
hit
the
that
elbow.
5 times.
Yeah, he
Okay?
beat 4 people in one night to win the championship with the elbow. But okay.
The mandible claw, not for nothing. You're just shoving somebody's
All you
hand
gotta do
down
is bite
there.
their
That's
fingers.
it.
You gotta
That's it.
bite- Nobody wanted to bite his fingers. They didn't know what he touched.
But
Okay.
yet that was still significant.
Yeah.
That was still a finisher move that was supposed to be better than John Cena's. Like, no, if John Cena went ahead and gave you an AA on a table, you're going to be knocked out. All right?
Everyone kicks out of the AA. It's predictable. You know, if he does it, you know they're kicking out.
There was an Iron Man match between Randy Orton and John Cena, a whole hour long on Monday
Wait, which
Night
one? They
Raw.
had 1,000 matches.
Iron Man match
Okay.
2003.
Okay.
Okay? This match had RKOs, AAs, 5-knuckle shuffles, everything that you can put in there. It was more than 5 moves, okay? I'll tell you
But they're
that
weak,
much.
5 weak moves.
No, they were
Okay.
not 5 weak moves because at the end of it, John Cena ended up being the victor of that match.
Can you think of anybody that lost a match to the AA, like a notable wrestler, the first time without kicking out? It is the most unprotected, weakest move in wrestling. All right.
What?
Look at the One Wing Angel. 2 people have ever kicked out. I think maybe 3. The 3D. 2 people ever kicked out of that.
And everybody's
Masato
now
Tanaka
kicking out of
and
a
one the
super
Motor City.
kick, which was
Yeah,
Shawn
of course,
Michaels,
of course.
right?
Same with the elbow drop. It's a signature move now.
It's a
nothing.
signature move.
But
It
the
means
AA,
nothing?
if this was the old mama thing, I'd be like, your mama's finisher is so weak. People even kick out when it's done off the top rope. People kick out of the AA off the top rope. How is that possible? It's a super finisher. I play video games. You can't kick out of that stuff. Come on. on. Yo, an AA is a scoop slam. If you're not kicking out of a scoop slam, how are you kicking out of the AA? It's a scoop slam that's like you're held there for a second. Come on,
It's the impact that you're putting into
No impact, bro.
There is an impact, absolutely. Are you kidding me? John Cena is Super Cena, and because of that, that finisher move is going to put people out.
Superman, nobody kicks out of lasers across their neck to burn them alive, all right? Everybody kicks out of the AA. Get out of here with that.
Nobody.
Put that shirt inside out. Go dress up like Lita, all right? You make a great Lita. It's all love.
So basically, all your arguments are smart mark arguments, right?
How so? Yeah, go
You
for
want
it.
to talk before about the storylines matter. It's
Yeah,
not the
yeah.
triple, double moonsault that they do off the top rope, right? So what do you justify as a strong finishing move? I want to know.
The pedigree? The
No,
one-wing angel?
no,
Oh.
not like an example. Like what's the criteria?
Oh, a
for it?
hard-hitting move that looks like it really hurts you.
Okay.
Because people do a scoop slam all the time as a regular move.
Right.
The AA is very similar to a scoop slam.
Right, but professional wrestling, we've been over this. This is a work, right? So at the end of the day, 99% of the moves that you're taking, and honestly, finishers a lot of the time, end up hurting less than like little things, right?
Sure.
I mean, stomps sometimes are the roughest things we take as
Right,
wrestlers,
right, sure.
So you want to talk about Cena having his finisher get kicked out, this and that, right? That's just like another smart mark comment. I feel like, in the progression of a storyline, people have to eventually kick out of finishers, right? That's just what builds up the storyline. I mean, granted, the top rope AA, that's the SummerSlam main event you're talking about. That's the second biggest match of the year.
There's been a few. I've seen that kicked out of at least twice.
Okay, but at the end of the day, that's just building up to the climax when it eventually does happen. So you could argue all you want, it's a weak finishing move, but the big thing with finishers is they have to be over.
Yeah.
And there's no one who will tell you in wrestling John Cena's top 5 moves, the 5 moves of doom, aren't over. I mean, when he puts that hand up,
the crowd lights up,
dude,
yes.
the entire crowd is electric, and that's what it's all about.
But look at the spear, Roman Reigns.
Okay.
Everybody kicked out of that. And that was getting kicked out constantly. But that looks so much more powerful. That's not a weak finisher, man. Running at you full force, picking you up, slamming you down. And then you got the AA where it's like...
Let me ask
that's
you
it.
this.
Yeah.
Because this is sounding very markish. Have you ever taken an AA?
Only in backyard wrestling. But I have given my AA to my British nieces and nephews, and they got right back up. You don't see me giving them backbreakers or pile drivers. They got right back up like nothing. They were no selling it as much as Cena's opponents.
I'll agree with you. Okay, a
Why,
pile.
have you taken an AA?
Many.
Okay, what's that like? Tell me.
I mean, you get used to it over time, but it definitely doesn't feel comfortable. I'll tell you that much.
Right,
you
obviously
know?
not. You're up on the guy's shoulders.
Yes, no. I mean, any elevated surface you're landing on, you could look at a ring, how it's constructed, deconstructed. I've done it many times.
I mean,
it's
at
about a
least-
2-inch mat. That's
right.
about it.
Of course.
And then beneath that is wooden planks. You don't have a lot protecting your fall.
Sure,
So-
I know. I trained 20 years ago. I'm a dinosaur now. But yes, I know. Yeah, long time ago. It's a good signature move. But a finishing move to end the match, to win a title? No.
But it gets the crowd on their feet.
Yeah,
They-
it does.
They
but
know
everybody kicks out. It's weak.
Listen, you could call it weak all you want, but it puts...
Pile driver is a move. Pile driver and DDTs are like regular throwaway moves, like super kicks. Those are powerful finishers. Those should be powerful finishers.
It's just because he was so over with it
Yeah.
that it's become so oversaturated to
Sure.
the fans that you feel that way. But I mean, when he was initially doing that, I have no doubt that you would have thought it was a strong finish.
I mean, at least sit down, do the Amityville Horror like Chris Chetty from ECW. But to be like, I'm still on my feet, I don't know, man.
It's fair, but I think I think
take
it's a
your
crowd
argument. I
thing.
think that was good. Yeah, absolutely.
Your argument is being misphrased. You're saying it's a weak finisher. In reality, you mean it's an unprotected finisher because you keep talking about how people kick out.
Can
of
we
it.
just put this in kayfabe because everybody's the writing and the storyline.
Right.
I'm talking about as a wrestling fan, man. Like this
Visually.
makes sense. So sorry, bro, but yeah, this has to make sense to a fan suspending disbelief.
So, and Paul Heyman once, I heard him talking about this, and I believe Mark Henry was who he was talking about, where he's like, take someone like Mark Henry, and we take a move like the headlock, right?
Yeah.
Boring move, it gets you from A to B. But he said, if Mark Henry, with his arms bigger than my entire
Hogan,
body,
like a sleeper,
comes in and puts you in here, Mark Henry could make the headlock be the most like threatening and scary move there is. Because that would make sense. I would be scared for Mark Henry to put me in a headlock.
Sure.
So when you get someone like Cena, who we've seen his strength.
How much is he strong? He can bench a lot?
Cena?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then why isn't his finisher this and then that? If he's
because
so
that
strong,
had been done already. Unfortunately, the
can
people
make
that
it more
came before,
powerful.
there were setup moves that came before him. For example, what you're describing, the military
sure.
press and then like a bomb.
Yeah, I know it's a Goldberg thing.
A-Train did that
Sure,
also.
sure.
And in WWE, A-Train never got to Goldberg heights.
Right.
You know, he's an amazing coach. Matt
great
Bloom,
coach.
shout
Yeah,
out.
of course.
But they never pushed him that way. In fact, and they put like that choke bomb was more of his finisher as opposed to the. And I agree with you. The military press bomb should have been.
Move too, yep.
But there was a setup. One of Cena's setups is actually a finisher for a wrestler who's always impressive. His name is Carmelo Hayes. That Melo don't miss off the top rope. Cena used to do that all the time. That's why he would pump up his shoes. So he had impressive moves that are finishers now for other people. You're suspending disbelief when it comes to the FU, but this is a guy who could do it to Big Show and throw another guy on top of him. If Mark Henry, once again, Mark Henry, you to go. I love you. His power slam,
Mark
right?
Henry wants to punch the Dusty Rhodes cosplayer in the face. Yeah.
Is that true?
It's true. Yeah,
Oh, man.
Sorry,
But like, no, of course. Gotta get it in. The power slam. Everyone does that, right? That's like a Randy Orton setup. But when Mark Henry walks around with you, lifts you up, and then decides to do it. So it's not necessarily the finisher, it's the person doing it. And when Cena come in as this superhero, this action figure come to life, they're like, okay, yeah, that's believable. That would destroy someone.
Now, what is going to hurt in an actual fight? If you do that on the ground, yes. But on
an
the
actual
ring,
fight, I'm raking
where
the
there's
eyes,
some
I'm
give-
biting your wrist.
Yeah, obviously that. But I don't know. On the floor, through a table, yes. But
also, we didn't talk about the STFU, and while he's
so
obviously
boring.
following William Regal, so
yeah.
his obviously isn't going to be the best we've ever seen, but that finishing move has legacy behind
has
it.
he won a match with that?
Maybe back in the day.
Which one is it?
Yeah. The chamber match when he pulled Pumpkin.
Right. Okay.
So it
okay.
has
All right,
happened.
Fine. All right. My next claim is that John Cena's last match can't come soon enough. Yeah, I'm sick of hearing about him.
There you go, Alex.
Oh, yeah.
You were doing that to everybody else. I had to get it in.
I wasn't going to do it to you.
You were doing it to everybody
now
else. I had to get it
can't
in.
trust you. Yeah, number one fan guy. Here he is.
Okay.
Alan's in the front line, so. let's see.
So, as someone that's been to about every single one of John Cena's dates in the United States and Canada as well, and growing up with him, it's one of those things where every single date has passed. You feel it more and more when you're in those arenas that you are about to see the end of not only your childhood, but for someone that's been watching for 20 years, realistically your adulthood, right? I don't have a kid yet, but he is one of those guys that I would have loved for my kid to see as a role model. And all these kids who are having opportunities right now, every single time he's coming to their city, which there's only been limited opportunities to see the guy, you see the impact he has on these people. Every single time I'm in the stands and there's kids next to me, they're crying. And these kids didn't even get to experience the things that we got to experience. They're there in the Cena shirts, the wristbands, the head, you name it. The fact that you want that to end before there's more and more kids who get the opportunity to see this guy one final time in their city is absolutely insane.
Because it's not over. He's coming back. Look, I'm 41, so in college, right? Jay-Z came out with a Black Album. It's my last album. We're like, yo, this is sick, right? Cool. All right, Jay-Z, we're going to miss you. 2 months later, yo, I'm back. And he's got another album. He's got like 6 more albums I won't even listen to. You know John Cena's coming back. You know he's getting $50 million to wrestle in Saudi Arabia.
I don't know these things, right? Has John Cena lied to you before? He hasn't lied to me. He's living that hustle, loyalty, and respect lifestyle. And here's the big thing. I would completely agree with you if John Cena wasn't absolutely rich out of his mind. He did not need to give this to us. There's no reason he even needed to give us this farewell tour. He could have literally said, guys, I'm hanging it up. I'm taking off the jorts one final time. I appreciate everything that you guys have given me. Thank you, fans, for letting me have an amazing Hollywood career. But what did he do? He said, listen, this next year, I'm giving it to you guys. He announced before Money in the Bank last year. He announced and he said, guys, I'm giving you guys a whole year next year. I'm giving you guys the dates. I'm telling you how many dates they are. Right. And every single one of them has been an adventure. It's been a roller coaster. The Royal Rumble was an absolute roller coaster. The Elimination Chamber, even though everything that preceded
it was a good viral moment.
Yes,
but nothing happened.
In that moment, I've not heard an arena that quiet in my entire life. You could hear pin drops after it all happened.
There, so.
Yeah, I was there. Backlash is the loudest crowd I've ever been at in my entire life, and I've been to hundreds of WWE shows. These fans were going insane, and they were doing Let's Go Cena, Cena Sucks, before the show even started. If any of you guys have ever been to a show, they have the red light play, and it says, get ready to get out of your seats. People were chanting for an hour before that. Why? Because Cena was in the building. The opportunity to see the greatest of all time, as many of you guys have stated, and we're talking about we want it to go away. You're telling me if Macho Man Randy Savage went on a farewell tour, someone who is your favorite, right? You're telling me that you would want that farewell match to already happen? You're telling me that you want that to be gone? You want him to leave?
Keep it going. Look, he's doing this, and he said, I'm doing it for you guys. You know who you guys is? TKO, all right? So TKO could continue to price gouge their fans and make money off these families and price them out. Yeah, I said it.
So let me add one final thing I want to ask
yeah.
you. John Cena's going to be at MSG on the 17th.
Yeah.
Do you want to be there?
If I can get it for free or get a last-minute cheap ticket, yes. Otherwise,
He doesn't want it to end either, as you can obviously tell.
Yeah.
So I took a 10-year break on WWE.
Me too.
I never, ever thought that I would be traveling to go to these shows. And it's not just to see WWE.
Real quick, when did you come back from the break?
2023.
Okay, mine was 2014. Okay.
We went to Elimination Chamber, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania 40, SummerSlam, New Jersey.
I was there too.
I never thought I would be back, and it's because of one man, John Cena. When you go into the shows and into the arenas and see everyone rocking a John Cena shirt, when you see his entrance hit, it is the craziest thing ever. I had the privilege to meet John Cena. Thank you, John. I met him in
pointing at people that are off camera, and I'm looking for them. Like, where's Huss? Yeah, where's John Cena?
I met him in Fanatics Fest, and it was unreal. He was for like a photo op.
For 5 seconds for $350, like the Stone Cold one.
I was a sucker that paid
Shout
for
out
that.
to TKO,
I was
okay.
a sucker that paid for that.
Hey, we all do it.
To see
good.
him was ridiculous, and obviously I'm fanboying. But
Oh, of course, I would meet him too, man. I just disagree with a lot of
if
these
I
things.
could, and I'm actually, you know what, I kind of agree that when it does end, it'll be a great moment because the
Sure.
people that got to witness it and literally go to the shows, be at the shows,
It'll be
see
like
everything.
the end of WrestleMania 40.
It'll be the end.
celebration. Yeah,
and I
sure.
agree with John 100% that he doesn't want to keep wrestling because he doesn't want to tarnish something that he's worked so hard on. You don't want to see him turn into a Goldberg.
Right, and the toll it does on your
An
body.
Undertaker
He's being
kind
smart
of.
about
You don't
it.
want to.
Yeah,
you don't want to see
Goldberg.
him. You don't want to see him go out bad. So for me, it's the best ending that he could have. But obviously, I wish it could go longer. But it's one of the craziest things to witness and to see all of these people supporting him.
Sure.
So
there's that point. It's just, man, I got a sour taste in my mouth. Yeah, got a bad Slim Jim. Yeah, from the whole failed heel turn, man. I'm just like, why do that and waste our time for so long? Look, that's not on him. But then we don't know. He could have been like, I don't want to do this. The time is now not to turn heel. The time was then. If the Firefly Funhouse, I dig what you're saying, man. For kids to see this, for people to see the culmination of it, that's awesome. But you talk about loud pops, man. I mean, I lived through Scott Hall and ECW. I lived through Stone Cold coming out at ECW One Night Stand, the loudest pop I ever heard in my life at Hammerstein Ballroom. Undertaker coming out at WrestleMania 40. Yeah, loud pops happen, man. But that doesn't mean he's the greatest of all time.
my thing is still on the year that he has left.
Okay, the year he has left,
So
sure,
what do
sure.
you rank the heel turn? When it happened, the heel turn.
Oh,
Exactly.
when it happened, it was amazing.
It was the best. It was the best
up
thing
there.
ever.
It was up there with Bash at the Beach. But then what they did with it, how he was like, I'm not changing, I'm not updating anything, and I don't know if that's on him or that's on WWE's booking, but it was disappointing.
Triple H.
Triple H, yeah.
No, The Rock.
The Rock.
Listen, I love
That's why The Rock is not on my Rushmore anymore.
I love The Rock.
Welcome, Rob Van Dam.
I love The Rock more than
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
But I do wish
I love
they
The Rock,
would have pivoted
Some
it
of
a
it,
little
yeah,
bit better.
yeah.
But if you were there at that heel turn, even watching it, I remember
Oh, you were
Complex.
there?
Yeah, I was
Oh,
there.
damn,
Fourth row.
okay, all right,
If
sure.
you were there and you saw the Travis Scott come out, you saw the Rock music transition, then you saw John Cena literally kick Cody in the balls. To see that and the aftermath on social media after and watching everything,
Yeah.
it's it was ridiculous
It
and
was-
probably one of
yeah.
when I'm 90, hopefully, or I live to 100 years old.
Sure.
It'll be one of the most memorable moments of my life, I could say. So
Damn, respect to that.
that's it.
We all have ours. Yep. Good.
Do you believe in ruining Christmas for kids?
No, but you guys are
I only asked
shitting on kayfabe this whole time.
I only asked
so
you
what's
one,
the difference?
I only asked you one question. If you
Yeah.
if you believe that ruining Christmas for kids is okay, and you said that no, you wouldn't ruin Christmas for kids. So why is it that you want John Cena's
Christmas
Why
for
would
kids.
you want John Cena's career to just be over? Why would you just want to be over
Because
right
not
now?
everybody celebrates John Cena's a career as a holiday.
I think the reason why you don't celebrate John Cena is because maybe he didn't shake your hand when he saw you in public.
It took him
I
twice.
think,
It took him the second chance.
I think that the things that John Cena is doing right now, me personally, I don't ever want it to end as
Right.
as a fan. And I feel so bad for somebody like you that you have so much John Cena hate in your heart that you can't even enjoy what is happening
What's
right
your name
now.
again? We didn't go
My
over
name is Tristan.
Tristan. So Tristan, I missed a lot of John Cena's run, right? So I took a break from 2002 to 2014 Rumble. So by the time that hit, man, people were sick of John Cena, and maybe that got to me, right? Every time we read the Raw results and let's see what they're saying on Reddit, whatever. And I was religiously watching every week. I was watching on the train. I was hardcore in WWE at the time, and I thought he was kind of cool, but John Cena just burying everybody every week. And again, we're in kayfabe, we're in storyline, right? So LOL, Cena wins. LOL, Cena wins. It got old quick for me. There were times where he came back and it was awesome. But then there was a time where there was a vacant title and they announced a ladder match, and then John Cena was all of a sudden a ladder match. I think he won the Money in the Bank that time, and it was like, of course John Cena's gonna win. So for me, it soured on me. I got sick of him, and maybe I missed those golden years. I knew John Cena. So when I finally watched, I'm the old head that's like, yo, when I was back at wrestling, this kid had VHS tapes from the Prototype from UPW telling how to do moves and stuff. And I'm like, oh, that guy? Good for him.
Do you feel that Edge is one of the greatest wrestlers of all time? Adam Copeland?
Of all time?
Do you feel that that Adam Copeland Edge belongs in the conversation?
Now, you never took a break, right? So
I never took a break.
all of it. Exactly.
I did. And what I'm saying, the point I'm trying to make is that without John Cena, there'd be no Edge. Without Edge, there'd be no John Cena. And the thing that you have to understand is, even though you missed it, I feel like you're missing out on the opportunity to go back and actually watch it. You see, for me, when I started watching wrestling, I didn't really know who Ric Flair was. I didn't know Ric Flair until WCW.
I thought he was some old man.
Right.
I always thought he was 80 years old.
Right. But when you go back and watch all the stuff that Ric Flair did before, I'm like, wow, I really missed out on this.
Yes.
And I really think that you're missing out on it as well too. That if you want that, we can bro up and I can show you some good matches.
All right, let's do it.
Just watch some matches.
Okay.
Watch some matches.
Let's watch Cena and Shawn Michaels.
No, watch Cena and Edge. Watch Edge cash in that Money in the Bank. Watch the match from John Cena and Randy Orton at SummerSlam, where Randy Orton just kept cheating. Like those are just some really good matches with John Cena.
Cena knows how to work a crowd, and I'll give you one more, man. One Night Stand 06, the T-shirt, throwing it back, man.
Yes.
He did it. He nailed that. He adapted to that, so he can adapt in his environment. I'll give him that. But he's a better heel when he wasn't supposed to be.
2004, I was at the Garden. John Cena, WrestleMania 20. He won his first singles championship against the Big Show.
Ever.
Okay. He won it. 2008, I was at the Garden, Royal Rumble. I didn't know John Cena was going to come back from a torn muscle, and he went and he won it. The next year, live event, the Garden, John Cena challenged, I believe, Wade Barrett in a steel cage match for the WWE Championship. After the match, he thanked everybody there because it was a blizzard. It was the Christmas live show in 2009. He thanked every fan for coming to that show. 2011, I got to see my goats, John Cena and The Rock, team up at the Garden to face The Miz and R-Truth. And it is coming clear to me that this next time will be the last time I've ever seen him in the Garden. Those other 4 times, I'm always like, I'm going to see him again. The Garden show, he's going to be there. No matter what, he's going to be there. To really now settle in that I'm never going to see Cena at the Garden again.
At the Garden, but you're going to see him on the world's greatest WrestleMania in the desert.
But no, we New Yorkers. This is important. This is New York. We don't win a lot of things in the Garden.
That's true, unfortunately. Man.
So the fact that I seen Cena won in the Garden means something, bro.
Sure.
And the fact that this coming month is going to be the last time he's going to be at the Garden, it's crazy.
Okay.
I didn't think I was ever going to.
I'm about to agree with you. Okay? I saw Stone Cold win at the Garden. Right? SummerSlam 98. He bounced. He never had a farewell tour.
Never.
Okay? Maybe that hit me. All right? John Cena giving it back to the fans, giving them the pleasure of that tour. So,
right.
I'm glad you have that.
If you feel anything he does, isn't that what a WWE superstar is supposed to do? Have you feel? The fact that you felt so much hatred that you had to come on this platform to really showcase it means he's doing something. The fact that 10 people here have so much love for him that we wanted to be here. But the fact that you feel something, you're a wrestling fan. I'm a wrestling fan. John's the GOAT. Even if you don't feel it, you feel something. And that's the point.
And your shirt sticks out to me because that is a time where John Cena was trying to reinvent himself a little bit. So I'll give you that.
So this is a message to John Cena from all of us fans. We want to say thank you, John Cena, for 20 plus amazing years and helping us grow, not only as wrestling fans, but as human beings. The example that you have set for us fans has changed many of our lives. And I am not only thankful to everything you've done for us, but I want you to know, Jonathan Anthony Felix Cena, that we love you and appreciate the heck out of you for everything you have done, and that we want you to have an amazing retirement. Everything that you do for the rest of your career outside of this world, just know that we will always look up to you. I know that all of us are going to have our kids watching you, and I just want to sign off by having all of us say, thank you, Cena.
Thank you, Cena. Thank you, Cena.
Thank you, Cena. Thank you, Cena.